and you have researched this to the nth degree. I see right in front of us there's a coffee table, and literally there's like 50 books sitting in front of us. David has marked up every single one of them. It's amazing how much you read and research. But just tell us a little about how high-performing individuals, like executives and entrepreneurs, can benefit from the type of nutrition strategies that you've researched so extensively.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot that's out there when it comes to nutrition, obviously, but the way I always try to explain it to people is there's a really easy way to go about it and there's a really challenging way to go about it.
Yeah.
And it really comes down to your blood sugar balance. See, when your blood sugar is going up and down and there's no real stability to it, life can be challenging.
Right.
Your overall, your memory, your mental fortitude, your emotions, everything like that becomes so dependent upon some level of stability with your blood sugar. So when your blood sugar dips, all of a sudden you get irritable, you get moody, you're tired, you're unproductive, and life stinks until you're able to get that blood sugar balanced again. And then for a little while, you feel good. And then boom, it goes back down. And so you kind of constantly, in a sense, you're a slave to your body there.
Right.
And what's different about it and kind of the ketogenic diet is really getting yourself in this state of fat adaptation. And when you're fat adapted...
Right. That's fat burning.
That's right. Exactly. That's another term for it. It's when your body is so good at burning fat as its primary fuel source.
Right.
It enables you to keep your blood sugar very stable. And even when your blood sugar drops, you don't have the same reaction. In fact, your body's able to actually thrive with low blood sugar. And so if you were to get somebody that is fat adapted or is in this ketogenic state, if they were to have their blood sugar taken, it would be lower than, oftentimes, than what most doctors would say is healthy blood sugar levels. And so the doctor might think, wow, this person's hypoglycemic, yet the individual feels great.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's because their body's so good at utilizing ketones, or really this byproduct of fat metabolism, as an energy source.
Right.
And
so, just out of curiosity, for the person watching, what percentage of individuals would you say are in the sugar burning state versus the fat burning state?
Yeah.
And then let's get into some of the benefits of the fat burning state.
Absolutely. I would say, like, you take like a Western country, a westernized country, and pretty much 99% are going to be in sugar burning mode, right?
Yeah.
It's almost, you have to be intentional about it in our culture today to get into fat burning mode.
Right.
Now, if you look at like the Eskimos, right, or a culture like that, they don't have access to easy carbohydrates. So those are individuals that are always going to be in a keto-adapted state.
Right.
However, in Western culture, again, we've got carbs everywhere. We've been taught that they're the foundation of our food guide pyramid and the foundation of our meals. And so because of that, you have most people that are in sugar burning mode. And so
99%.
Yeah,
probably.
99 plus, right?
Right.
Again, we've got to be intentional about getting into a keto-adapted state.
And if you're an entrepreneur, you're an executive, that's sucking energy out of you, that's decreasing brain function,
That's right.
What are some other things that could take place when you're in that sugar-burning state?
Well, certainly, if you have the genetics for it, you can end up with weight loss resistance.
Right.
Very challenging issues with your weight. It's going to affect your brain. So we talked about performance. We talked about memory. It's also going to cause more inflammation in your brain, which is going to obviously lead you down the road towards neurodegenerative conditions, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, dementia, issues like that. It's going to affect your heart. Okay, so cardiovascular system is going to be affected when your body primarily runs on sugar.
Right.
Just whole body inflammation. So you're going to have more pain in your body. So physical pain. Okay. Again, we talked about emotional tolerance, emotional control. I know, as a leader myself and having, multiple businesses myself and employees and clients, things sometimes can be stressful, but it's so much easier to handle stress when your body's in this fat adapted state rather than this blood sugar, this delicate blood sugar seesaw that takes place when we're running on a typical American diet.
Right.
And so emotional balance is so critical, and so there's a myriad of different things, and we can talk about every system will be impacted in a negative manner when
immune system, the cardiovascular system, the nervous system,
you got it.
Yeah, just the lymph system, etc.
That's right. So cancer runs off of sugar, so you're at a greater risk for cancer.
Right.
When your blood sugar's imbalanced and you're on the typical standard American diet.
And some people that don't know, when you're doing a brain scan or when the oncologists need to do a brain scan, of, say, a tumor in the brain, they inject glucose right into the blood in order to increase the metabolism of that tumor so that it actually shows up on the scan. So that's the degree that we understand that sugar really drives the metabolic processes within the cancerous cells of the body.
Absolutely. And sugar just in general is an inefficient fuel.
Right.
So I tell people about, there's clean energy and there's dirty energy, right? So when we think about fueling our cars, we want to produce clean energy, right? We want some sort of gasoline or fuel that's going to produce the least amount of stress on the car, but give it the greatest benefit. Yeah, exactly. Right. And so it's the same thing with fuel in our body. We want things that are going to fuel us at a very high level with the least amount of metabolic waste production. So things that are high in sugar produce a lot of metabolic waste.